Hello, and welcome to your energy pulse for the week of December 7th, 2020. Before we get started, I have a quick announcement, which is that I've opened up the year ahead readings called The Archetypes and the Akasha. And with these readings, we take a look at the archetypal energy that's coming in for you throughout 2021. We look at that as a journey, and then we open up your Akashic Records to get some very practical guidance on how you can best move through that energy that's coming in for you with grace and make the most of it. And as with all of my readings, these are not predictive. We look at the energy that's coming in, and then we get that additional guidance from the records. And you can use that to make your own decisions for 2021 at this time when a lot of people are planning out what they want to do, planning out what's important for them in this year ahead. It's actually interesting. That was the message that we got last week. So if you're interested in those, if you're seeing this through the email, there's a link in the email. If you are watching this on Instagram, then you can go to the link in the bio. All right. So the cards that came out for us this week, I'm going to show them to you. But as always, I'll let you see them while I'm reading the message for the week. These cards came out, and first thing that immediately popped into my head was serpent. And I had the word and the imagery in my head. So there you go. All right, so no matter what your specific beliefs are, no matter what your cosmology is, you've felt that we're coming into a new age, a new time period. Some people call it the new earth. Some people call it the age of the Aquarius, age of the, what do they call it? Age of Aquarius, whatever. I've heard other names for it that are kind of but no matter what you subscribe to, it's clear that there are changes that are available to us. And the serpent energy is calling upon us to shed in order to expand into this new energy that's coming through. And along with this, was really super interesting that I got very clearly is that there's so much doing and so much striving for everyone, for all people, and especially for people who consider themselves spiritual, who have a spiritual practice, who are just beginning to lean more into that part of themselves, or people who've been at it for a while. There's a tendency to constantly feel like where you are now is not good enough, to feel like you need to do more, do more, do more. And this energy is really calling on us to realize that sometimes all you need to do is just release. The work has already been done, and you have to give yourself some credit for the past things that you've done, the things that you've done on an energetic level, the things that you've done. I'm trying to think of the term. Like wisdom, like things that have occurred in the body. If that makes sense. I know. Oh gosh, what's the term? Somatic healing. And we have to give ourselves credit. We have to understand that there's a point where you continue to feel like you're striving and that you're not getting anywhere because you really aren't getting anywhere. The work's already been done. You just have to let yourself relax to release. I'm thinking when this message came through, I started thinking about my ZZ plant that I have, which is beautiful. His name's Michael. He's gorgeous. And for months, I just thought he wasn't growing. I looked at him every day and he looked like he was exactly the same, which is beautiful. But I was like, that's kind of a bummer that he's, not going to grow. Everybody else is, doing whatever. And then about a month or so ago, out of nowhere, I come in and every day it's like there's an inch of new growth on this dude. And I pulled him up out of the pot and I realized that while I was sitting here looking at him like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's not growing. His roots were lengthening. His roots were getting bigger. He was taking everything that he needed from the nutrients that I was giving him. And he was building himself up. And then when he was ready, he broke through and I don't know how to explain what is happening with this plant. Like he is reaching towards the sky every day. And we are sort of like that. When you're so busy striving, you don't really recognize that there's so much happening under the surface. There's so much happening in the subconscious. There's so much happening on those subtle energetic levels. And at this time, shadow work is something that would be really good for us. And I mean shadow work, but not the indulgent slant that you sometimes see on like Pinterest, where you are using what comes up as a flogger. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the time to excavate what you know is there, to transmute it, and to integrate it for your highest good. So I hope that resonates. Have a good week.